Hello again. What was I going to talk about now? Oh yes, got several little things here. I've just come up with a new method of repairing DVDs and CDs. You need a soft duster, or better still, the cloth that you use for cleaning glasses. You have to get what they call nail varnish remover pads. Now, I have to treat my toenails from the doctor, and I get these pads, and they are the same as cellulose thinners. They're the same, I think, as ladies' nail varnish removers. You have to go over the disc everywhere, cover the whole of the disc that's got scratches and whatnot on. Now this cellulose softens the coating over it and will tend to fill in the scratches. You mustn't leave it more than a few seconds, and that's where the duster comes in, and you immediately polish and get it all off. And be careful you don't spill it on your furniture, because it will take the varnish off your furniture. And you then use the CD like a mirror, and you'll see how good a job you've done. You may have to do it twice. And that's that thing. The other thing I was on about was Sky TV in any room. I can't remember what I put up and why. I've had so much trouble with this here. I'm wind up going through it. Something's gone wrong, and you've lost the entire recorder. I think I'll get the camera out and record it on that first, although I'll keep doing it. Oh yes, I remember what it is. It's about Sky 3D. Now, football matches, cricket matches, tennis matches, they're shown in 3D, and you're paying for Sky Sports, but you got to pay extra if you want to see it in 3D. And the same as if you have movies. Now I'll tell you how you can get Sky Movies and Sky Sports without paying for both at the same time. If you've got a DVD player or recorder, a DVD recorder or a video recorder even, you can connect your Sky satellite that you have at the moment, if you have one, to the recorder and record the movies. Now, behind me here, you'll see a row of videotapes. You can only see a quarter of it there. These are all films, and there are 3 or 4 films on each one of these. This is me using the computer to do printing and whatnot. These are very good DVD cases because they're very thin, and you can get a lot onto the one. So what you do is you buy Sky Movies, and you record these things on your DVD while you're watching, say, BBC or ITV or any other channel, and lo and behold, when you want to go to Sky Sports, you phone up Sky and you say, I want to change my package from movies to sports. There's a tiny little bit of difference, only a £2 or £3 difference between the price. And if you're on Sky Sports at the moment and not movies, going the other way down, it's £3 less. Now, you also can use your satellite dish if you look at it, especially if you've got Sky Plus, you will see that there's two leads joined as a twin lead going into your TV. And it's a bit of a nuisance, because if you're not careful, it'll interfere with your digital stations on your TV. But that's another story. On the dish that you've got, that those cables come from, two of them will come down, and the reason there's two is one for watching and one for recording. Now you can record two at the same time and not watch any, but you can only watch one and record one at the same time. That's why there's two leads. If you've only got one lead, you can watch and you can record, but you mustn't do both at the same time. Now, these boxes that are on the satellite dish have got 4 connectors. There are 2 being unused. Now, if you go to a shop and ask for F connectors, there are 2 sizes, small and large. Now, if you've got these ones that are small with the thin white wire, they're called F connectors. So you go into a shop and you ask for F connectors for Sky. You need one for the box and one for the receiver. So if you've got 2 Sky boxes, you can have them in 2 different rooms, and you can have one lead going to one box and one lead going to the other box. That means you'll need 4 of these F connectors. We're not talking about big money here, by the way. They screw on. If people ask me, I will explain how to do it if they're unable to do it. But you have to cut back about 1 inch of the white plastic, and then you have. I suggest you use ordinary aerial cable to do it, but you cut back a ½ inch. You then fold back the copper wire that's underneath. That leaves a polythene sleeve. You have to cut that off, leaving a ¼ inch of it on, and that will leave a copper wire sticking out. And you then put that over the connector and twist it so that the outer screw thread goes over the copper wire that you've folded back. When you've done that, it's necessary to get a pair of pliers, clippers or something, and cut off if you've got any excess copper wire sticking out. You've got to have some sticking out, you see, but if you find you can't push it in and screw it into the unit, it means it's too long. So you might not have to worry about that if you cut it to the lengths I've said. That will give you another room that you can have another satellite receiver in, and you can be watching a different channel on that satellite to what on your Plus box. Now this is not illegal, and but it means you can only watch free channels. That is to say, the channels you don't pay for anyway. I don't know if you realise it, but on Sky they charge you for all sorts of things. But there are 100 channels on Sky that even if you don't pay any subscription, you can get. I'm watching CBS Action and drama and whatnot. You might not be able to get that on Freeview at the moment, but the way to get it is to rescan your stations, because it's on channel 70. But if you go on a Freeview box channel 70 and it hasn't been rescanned, you'll find you get CBBC. But if you get that, you rescan and you will get CBC Action. So you can watch that in one room, and somebody can be watching sports in the other room, or recording that you can be recording a film, depending on which you've got at the time. But you don't need to pay for Sky Sports and Sky Movies at the same time. You alternate them monthly. You do your movies, record them onto a DVD, alright, and you while you're watching other channels, obviously, you record them, and then you switch to Sky Sports when the stuff that you want to watch on sports, and turn off your movies. But if somebody wants to watch a movie that's on Sky when you're watching sport, they just put it on the DVD like I've just shown you on that one. And I've got 350 films here that I recorded off Sky, and I still haven't got round to watching them all. Most of them are so old they're now on the free channels. The difference is there's no ads in them. They're just the film. They go straight from the film to the end. So that's the way round, halving the price. If you're paying for Sky Movies and Sky Sports at the moment, that will cut your bill in half. There is another way you can watch Sky in any other room without buying. The way to get boxes, extra boxes. If you've got Sky Plus, you've probably still got your old Sky box, non-plus box. We can take that into another room, because all Sky Plus is to be able to record. On these ordinary old boxes you can't record, so but you can still watch television on them. So you could have the kids watching one channel in one room and you'd be watching your footy in the other. And you don't have to pay Sky extra. That is just done with the aerial lead. If you buy a six-way aerial adapter, you can plug the one Sky into that and take 6 leads into 6 different rooms. If this is too difficult for you, the best people to contact for the lowest price is aerial people that install aerials and all that. They'll fit the cables in for you, they'll supply the cables, they'll even supply the F connectors, they'll do it all for you, but obviously at a price. But their bill will be less than 6 months Sky rent. You'll have saved more than that in 6 months on Sky. And it's permanent. It's not just 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. I expect Sky will work a way around this eventually. You won't believe the reason I don't get Sky. The reason I don't get Sky is because they wouldn't supply me with a $9.99 Wi-Fi adapter, because they said it's already on there. I said, the one that you supply with me hasn't got a Wi-Fi adapter, and I've had 50 years in the electronics industry. I actually worked for Sky in the 80s. Well, not worked for them. I was one of these people that they phoned up to ask questions. What sort of signal was coming from the Astra satellite and that. And when they went digital, they wouldn't let me go with them. And ever since I cancelled my Sky, and they've already lost 3.5 grand from me, and if they start losing, what is it, it'll be about 15 quid a month less for you if you do what I've said. And if 1 million people do that, it'll really hurt them, especially the way the deflation's going today. Anyway, that's it. It's as simple as that. And the next thing that's coming up after this is how to watch 3D on Sky without paying for the glasses, etc., and without having a special TV.